Yes, pro wrestling has graduated from smoky gyms to 100,000 seat stadiums, but it hasn't completely left its carny roots behind. Every now and then, the billion-dollar WWE can be caught performing some shady tactics to milk some extra bucks from the WWE Universe. I'm Senior Siete for 7 Wrestling, and here's a look at 7 ways the WWE rips off their fans. Before we get into this mess, if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Number 1. Advertising a known no-show. There's a term that appears on every ad you'll ever see for a professional wrestling show. Card subject to change. What that means is we're advertising these people, but if they don't show up, that's not on us. And it makes sense. Injuries happen, illnesses happen, travel issues happened, but if the promoter knows that someone isn't going to be on the show weeks in advance and they don't say anything, that's shady. For example, if you bought a ticket to SummerSlam 2021 to see the anticipated WrestleMania title rematch between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, well, you were gonna be disappointed. The WWE knew weeks in advance that the boss wasn't going to be at the show, but they promoted her up to and during the actual event. And quick aside, Sasha has never said why she wasn't going to be there. She told the New York Post, "There's no reason." Well, there you have it. But there are other prominent examples such as the Deadly Games tournament at Survivor Series 1998. Triple H hadn't wrestled since his heavily praised Intercontinental Championship ladder match against The Rock at SummerSlam 98. So, the prospect of a rematch in the opening round of the tournament probably appealed to quite a few fans. However, Triple H was never expected to make the show, and instead, he was replaced by the Big Boss Man, who was defeated in 10 seconds. Wah wah. Number 2, not sticking to stipulations. Oh gee, where do we even start with this one? It's almost a punchline that wrestling matches don't stick up to their stipulations. Ric Flair didn't retire when he lost a career versus career cage match to Hulk Hogan in '94, or when he lost a career-ending match to Shawn Michaels in 2008. In fact, it's questionable as to whether or not he actually retired after his last match ever match in 2023. And Ric's not alone. Shawn Michaels, Randy Savage, Mick Foley, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on and of the wrestlers who have lost retirement matches, only later to be like, nah. We've got when The Rock faced John Cena at WrestleMania 28, it was definitely not once in a lifetime. Or when Randy Orton faced Wade Barrett in a match where John Cena would be fired if Wade Barrett lost. And Wade Barrett totally lost. And Cena was gainfully employed with the WWE less than 2 weeks later. Most recently, and probably most egregiously, the WWE hyped the SummerSlam Tribal Combat confrontation between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns as a match where anything goes, but no one can interfere. Well, what about that guy? Or, that guy? If you're someone who was soured on WWE main event booking lately because of the Bloodline's interference-laden matches, this must have been pretty frustrating. Seriously. How has there never been a class action lawsuit complaining about the WWE's false advertising? If you pay money because you're gonna see a thing and you don't see that thing, that's a bad look. Number 3, last minute changes. There are probably too many examples of this to count, but say you're enjoying Friday Night SmackDown and the announce team tells you that Monday on Raw there's going to be a one-on-one bout between Matt Riddle and Finn Balor. And you've been on the fence about attending, but you love the original bro and you're a Judgment Day fanatic. So, you shell out your hard-earned bucks, buy a ticket, take the train, buy a t-shirt, a $40 soda, a Matt Riddle foam figure, a Fantastic poster. Just kidding, neither of those last 2 exist. And then, the match just straight up doesn't happen. Yeah, Vince woke up that morning and the wind was blowing in a way he wasn't particularly fond of, so instead, Finn Balor will only appear in a backstage segment and Matt Riddle will hang out in catering. And yes, cards subject to change, but that should only apply to things that aren't under their control, not the whims of the world's creepiest mustache. Number 4, blink and you miss it. Kids, let me take you back to a magical time called the 80s. There was a terrifying boxer slash pigeon trainer that went by the name of Iron Mike Tyson, and he was a monster. He mowed down the competition. To quote the Fresh Prince, left, right, another KO, knockout after knockout. But boxing fans knew he'd finally met his match when he stepped into the ring with former champion Michael Spinks. And it happened on June 27, 1988 at the Convention Hall in Atlantic City, live on pay-per-view. And Mike Tyson knocked him out in 91 seconds. Fans around the world had paid $40, which adjusted for inflation is $105 in today's dollars, to watch Mike wreck other Mike. That's more than $1 a second. And the wrestling community had an absolute field day with this. WWE would tout that they were the best bargain in pay-per-view because their main events were guaranteed to go 20 minutes. You know, because they're choreographed. But now, they're still choreographed, but major title matches and main events have been like... Huh, there's actually a common denominator there. At any rate, I hope you weren't looking forward to any of those matches, or worse, if you bought a ticket to the show, I hope you didn't get up to buy a Matt Riddle foam finger and miss the whole darn thing. Number 5, 1-900 numbers. You kids today with your internets and all your wrestling news and gossip sheets just a few clicks away on your cellular phones. In my day, we used to have to call the Hulk Hogan hotline, and the man with the 24-inch pythons would charge us $1.49 the first minute and 99 cents each additional minute. That's actually still a better deal than the Mike Tyson fight. But you could hear the Hulkster's Power Pack message of the day or play a wrestling game to be entered to win some merchandise. But make sure you have your parents' permission, brother. Wow, I really went from cranky old man voice to Hulkster voice, and they really weren't that different. At any rate, it was a ridiculously expensive way to be reminded to say your prayers and eat your vitamins. Number 6, WWE NFTs. NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are a type of digital asset that represent ownership or proof of authenticity of a unique item or piece of content using blockchain technology. NFTs allow for the creation of a digital certificate of ownership and provenance for digital art, collectibles, music, videos, and more. So in layperson's term, you kind of own a digital thing that literally anyone can really see or enjoy, and you don't necessarily own it in the sense that you don't like now have rights to the thing, like you can't put it on a t-shirt and sell it. It's new. And with all new speculative revenue opportunities, the internet kind of went nutso over it when it first started. For example, an NFT of Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey's first ever tweet was originally sold to an investor for $2.9 million. But because something of this nature is only worth what somebody else is willing to pay for it, the NFT is now only worth about $4. That's 1/10 of what it would cost to watch Mike Tyson destroy Michael Spinks on pay-per-view back in 1988. So, the WWE jumped on this gravy train, offering this never-before-seen footage of a super rare Undertaker vs. Mankind match where Mrs. Foley's baby boy was tossed off of the demonic Hell in a Cell structure. Just kidding, it's totally the same footage we've seen in every video package for years. It sold for $100,000 in American monies. What's it worth today? Well, we weren't able to find it for sale online, but if it's like all of the other WWE NFTs, it's significantly less than what this fan paid for it. Fortunately, it seems like fans have caught on to this bizarre get-rich-quick scheme, as when they tried to duplicate this feat with John Cena, most people decided to pass. The doctor of thugonomics himself called it a catastrophic failure. Number 7, $1 Million Tough Enough. Alright, now we might be stretching this ripping off the fans theme a little thin on this one, but give us a break. We've gone all in with the 7 gimmick, and we can't just show up with 6 ways that WWE rips off their fans. Anyhow, in 2004, the decision was made to revive the popular Tough Enough concept, but this time with a few twists. First, instead of a reality show where they train hopefuls to become WWE superstars, this took place on TV where the contestants had to perform ridiculous stunts like getting body slammed by the Big Show. Second, the winner would receive a $1 million WWE contract. However, it would be learned after the fact that that sum would be split over 4 years, with only the first year being guaranteed. And wouldn't you know it, the eventual winner, Daniel Puder, was released after that first year, so no $1 million for him. And Daniel was probably a fan, so the WWE ripped a fan off of $750,000. Boom, that's 7. Don't judge us. Well, that's our list. Have we left out any other ways that WWE has ripped off their fans? If so, leave them in the comments section below. Also, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and press that notification bell. Until next time, I'm Senor Siete for Savin Wrestling saying bye-bye.